So, have you ever felt like you're just stuck on a hamster wheel, constantly fixing and babysitting automation? Well, today we're going to look at something that might just be the way off that wheel. It's a new kind of platform called RadOps, and it's all about using AI to automate operations with, get this, something that looks a lot like human intelligence.
All right, let's jump right in. Here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the problem, what we're calling the automation wall. Then, we'll properly meet RadOps and see why it's more like an AI team than a tool. We'll peek under the hood at how it thinks, check out its awesome ecosystem, and then wrap up with why this is such a big deal for the future of infrastructure.
Okay, so let's start with a feeling I think we've all had. We are surrounded by all these incredible automation tools, right? But somehow, so much of our day is still spent doing manual, repetitive grunt work. It's a weird paradox, isn't it? We've got more automation than ever, but our DevOps and SRE teams are burning out on this DevOps treadmill. You know the one. You're constantly writing scripts, fixing brittle pipelines that break if you look at them wrong, and jumping in to manually fix things. The real problem is what our current tools are and what they aren't capable of.
Look, the recent advances in conversational AI have been absolutely mind-blowing. These chatbots can understand us, they can pull up information, they could even write a chunk of code for us. But they hit a wall. When it comes time to actually do something complex, like a multi-step deployment across your entire system, they just can't. They don't have the context, the memory, or the agency to take real action.
And that is exactly where RadOps comes into the picture. It's not trying to be just another chatbot or another automation script. It's a whole new category. Think of it as hiring an entire AI team. RadOps calls itself an Agentic operations platform. Let's break that down. Instead of a single script, imagine a team of smart AI agents. Each one has a job, they work together, and this is the crucial part. They use context, memory, and actual reasoning to figure things out. Just like a real experienced ops team would. This whole idea of human-level reasoning is everything. It's the mission. So let's say you get a high latency alert. A basic script might just restart the service, right? Kinda dumb. A system like RadOps, though, would start investigating. It'd check the logs, look at network metrics, maybe find a slow database query, and then decide the best thing to do. Maybe it's scaling up a database replica, and it would keep you in the loop the whole time. That's the difference. So how does it actually pull this off? Well, for one, it has a memory. It remembers what you asked it to do in step 1 when it gets to step 5. Second, and this is huge, it actually validates its own work. It checks itself before it wrecks itself. This allows it to handle really complex multi-step jobs by breaking them down, and ultimately to operate on its own, freeing you up to do more important work. Okay, but if you're gonna let something run autonomously in your system, you have to trust it, right? So let's pop the hood and see how RadOps has built to earn that trust. At its core is a safety system they call guardrailed orchestration. The best way to think about it is this. You have a supervisor agent that acts like a really cautious, experienced team lead. It gets a task, finds the right specialist for the job, a worker agent, and then, here's the key, it checks their work before letting them move on. That simple loop is what prevents a tiny error from turning into a full-blown outage. The other piece of the puzzle is its memory, which is set up a lot like our own. You've got working memory, which is for what it's focused on right this second. Then there are ephemeral facts, which is like short-term memory, remembering the specific server name from the alert it's working on. And finally, you have core knowledge. This is the deep, permanent stuff, the architecture of your entire system. This structure is how it keeps context and makes smart decisions. Now, this is a total game changer. What if you needed a new specialist on your team, like a Kubernetes networking guru? With RadOps, you don't have to write a bunch of complicated code. You literally just describe what you want in a simple YAML file. You can basically hire a brand new AI expert for your team in a matter of minutes. A system like this can't be a walled garden. It has to be open. And RadOps is built from the start to be this flexible ecosystem, letting you plug in your own AI models and your own databases. You have total freedom to choose the brain for your agents. If you want the latest and greatest from OpenAI or Anthropic, great. Want to use Google Gemini? Go for it. You can even run models locally using a llama if you've got privacy or security concerns. That kind of flexibility is absolutely critical.
And it's the exact same philosophy for its long-term memory, that core knowledge we talked about. You can bring your own database. It plugs right into all the major vector databases out there. So whether you need a massive high-performance cluster or just something simple and lightweight, it fits right into your existing stack. So the tech is really cool, no doubt about it. But to make that jump from simple automation to true autonomy, well, you need to trust it. So what does this all actually mean for you and your team day to day?
Okay, let's be honest. The idea of full autonomy can be a little terrifying, and RadOps gets that. That's why its human-in-the-loop feature is so important. You get to decide how much leash to give it. For routine stuff like cleaning up old log files, let it run wild. But for something sensitive, like deploying to production, you can tell it to do all the prep work, run all the tests, and then pause and wait for you to give the final go. You are always in control.
And this is not just some cool science project. It's designed to be used in production. It has a special QA agent whose only job is to audit the work and check for AI hallucinations before any action is taken. Its clients are self-healing, so they can survive a server restart without messing up a workflow. And you get deep observability with open telemetry, so you can see exactly what it's thinking and doing every step of the way. No mysterious black boxes.
So when you put all of this together, the reasoning, the memory, the safety features, the production readiness, it all points to a really fundamental shift in how we manage our systems. And if there is one thing you remember from this, let it be this. For years, automation has just been about writing scripts that do things. Do this, then do that. RadOps is about building AI teams that understand things. You don't tell it how to do a task, you tell it the goal you want to achieve, and the AI team figures out the smartest way to get there. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. We are right on the edge of moving from tools that just follow orders to intelligent systems that can reason, validate their own work, and act on their own. We're about to have infrastructure that can literally heal itself. So the real question becomes, what amazing things are you going to build when your infrastructure finally starts taking care of itself?